All right. Looks like everybody. Hello, this is Jessica Lynn, and I am so excited you're here with us tonight. Tonight we are behind the card with a person who I met many, many years ago. And I cannot wait to kind of tell you our story about how we met, tell you a little bit about her card making style, and kind of get you introduced to just another way of thinking, another way of card making. And she's a really good friend. Not only that, but she's an amazing card maker, crafter, and scrapbooker. And I cannot wait. Well, and she's a Seattle Seahawks fan, which is, if you like Seattle Seahawks, that's awesome. I live in Packer country, so it's kind of funny because every Sunday we send each other messages of our teams. And let's go ahead and bring her on. Looks like we're just getting everybody joining us right now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring on Tracy. Let me go ahead and bring you in. There you are, Tracy. Welcome. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Now I'm going to warn everybody, if I get really loud, I have one ear clogged up. So
no, you'll be fine.
Just warn me that I'm screaming at you all.
No worries. Well, people are just starting to join. It usually takes a couple of minutes, so we'll go ahead and get started. But Tracy, I just have to say thank you so much for being with me here today. I really appreciate it. And
well, thank you. This is exciting. I've been talking to you about it for a while, and it's like, oh my God, I got more nervous as it gets along.
I'll tell you, it was twofold, right? One, I get to talk to more people in the card community, and the other thing I love is that, doing this, I actually have a reason to do hair and makeup again.
Exactly. I wanted to thank you. Makeup, hair. Right. Who knows? I haven't done it. It's usually in a bun or a ponytail, yep. Just plopped up on the head. Who cares?
Well, Tracy, first off, I just want to say thank you for being here. And it's exciting to actually get to talk to you kind of in person.
This is our first time person to person, really. I mean, we've known each other for, 8 or more years and never had face to face. Yes. Oh, my granddaughter, Nana. Yay.
Hi, Nana. Yay, family's here to support. I can see in the background you've got a Nana too.
That's my granddaughter saying hi, Nana. Yeah, she must be on with her mom there because it just says family. So yeah, I'm Nana.
Well, and it's kind of funny because Tracy and I, just like you said, I mean, we met, oh my gosh, 8 or 9 years ago.
Before your daughter was born, yeah. Because you even invited me to your daughter's baby shower.
Right. Well, and that's what I wanted to bring up, is it is so cool, the kind of community we have that, I mean, you and I met through, and I want to say it was Facebook, because I think you tagged
I tagged a picture, of a card that I had done with one of your stamps. And and that's how we met.
And I kid you not, she is literally on my DM all the time. We write each other all the time, constantly talking about a little of everything. Yep. And I know at one point last year, you were hoping to maybe get out to the Packer Stadium, and life had some other changes that ended up happening. And hopefully someday soon that we'll get to, hopefully get to hang out in person.
We want to come to Wisconsin, get some cheese.
Well, and with the weather you guys have been having, I mean, I told you it's been 50s and I mean, it's cold.
Today hasn't been too bad. So yeah.
This is my one friend Amanda, who I have known forever. Thanks for joining us as well, Amanda. We appreciate it. So Tracy, when you first started, well, I want to finish something first. So did I send you a stamp first? Or did you? Or did you? I can't remember.
Sure. I think I bought a stamp.
The first one.
The first one. I made a card. I tagged you. Oh, there's my daughter. Hi, Rachel.
No resemblance.
No, none at all. I made the card. You said, oh my God, I love what you did with my stamp. And then I think you sent me a few digis after that. And then I bought some, and then you kept sending me more digis, and I made more cards for you. So yeah, it just snowballed, and then we just started talking. We found we had a lot in common that we loved, and we could just talk because you're 3 hours ahead of me. So when I'm sitting here at 9, sometimes you're still up and you're talking, and I'm like, why are you still up? You should be in bed.
Well, especially when my girls were really little, I'd be up in the middle of the night feeding them, and I'd be like, oh, hey Tracy, how are you doing?
Yeah.
No, I love that. And you're right. Again, for people starting out, again, this is that whole conversation of just get to know the designers, get to know these people, because now going on 9+ years, I think I send you probably 5 to 30 digis a year, just kind of testing out designs and playing around just to see.
Yep.
Because I love being able to kind of have someone who can test that out, see what it looks like. And I think that's so awesome. Like, I love that.
I'm going to show them already. This one, I loved it. And when I did it, down on his beard, I completely missed that was the beard.
It was empty.
I had left it empty. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, that's a beard. Okay, because I'm slightly blind, as you can tell, glasses. But yeah, so you've sent me some beautiful things, and I've tried to make whatever cards I could for you, and I even sent you the one with the.
You made a beautiful giraffe for my baby shower.
Well, but for that when you were designing for that one lady, and she had a dragon. It was purple, yes. I think. Yeah.
Yep, I used that one on my website forever. So I think it's not still up there. It was though for a long time.
It was there for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, your whole family is joining like crazy.
That must be one of my sons. Hello, I know Emma, Allie, Clint. That's my son, his wife. Oh, hi, Grandma. Oh, we have a Grandma. Hi, whoever Grandma is. Right. I want to be a Grandma.
Me too. And I want to be that, right?
Yeah.
I love it. So, Tracy, how did you? I know you said you had a little bit of a different evolution into card making. You had started actually said in 2002. And how did you? How did you get started?
Well, I started scrapbooking. You know, that was the thing to do. Oh, it's Clint. It's my oldest son. Yeah, it goes boy, girl, boy in my family. I've got 2 boys and a girl, so the daughter's in the middle. I started scrapbooking. I was enjoying that. Well, my sister-in-law, thank you, Bernadette, invited me to her home for a Stamp It Up party.
I've heard that a couple times now.
And oh my God, she's to blame. She's to blame for
this. I always tell her that whole face.
The whole thing. She is to blame. She started me on it. I fell in love with rubber stamps. I still have a lot of the Stamp It Up. I came to you know how you start buying your stuff and then you start using it. Hey, Darlene, that's my summer child. When her parents go to Portugal, I watch her. She's not, a 19-year-old. She's a little bit older. I won't say how old, but I call her my summer child. But I ended up started getting rid of stamps because it just wasn't my style. I realized, I'm not really into like the flowers, or I'm not really into tiny, tiny little things. I like, I had a certain thing that I liked. And so I would just hand them off to friends, and who wants my stamps and who wants this? That pen didn't work out. I like Copics. I didn't like that. And yeah, so you just slowly, and then of course, then I started selling Stamp It Up, but I only sold to myself because I would get the discount. I only joined so I could buy it at a cheaper rate. And then I got into Close to My Heart. That was another friend of mine.
That was the one that I got started into because I had a boss. And that's where I got started because she said, you should submit your artwork there and see what happens. And they told me no. So then that's kind of how my company started. So
well, they missed out, right? And it was right it was for you. But so I did that, and then just slowly people wanted me to make them cards. Oh, make one for my friend for her birthday, make one for a wedding. I love taking wedding invitations and putting them back into the card that I give. I have literally talked to people who I am still on their mantle, their refrigerator. I'm still there years and years later because they loved the card. It had their faces. It had something about them that was in the card.
I love that. I've seen you do that a couple of times that you've shared with me, and they're gorgeous. Like, I love the idea that you share the invitation back in, and you do all these beautiful embellishments, and just gorgeous.
I enjoy it. It's my relaxing time, actually. Funny story is my husband, when I started this, he used to go, "You're in your art room all the time." I said, "Guess what? There's 2 places I could be. One, in my art room, or do you want me to start bar hopping?" And he goes, "Oh, no, your art room's good. Stay where you're at." I said, "At least you know where I'm at. I'm safe. I'm in the home." Mm-hmm. And enjoying what I love to do, and making people actually happy getting a card and watching them be so happy to get it. And then that's the other thing. I make my cards all 6x6.
You do? Yeah.
I don't ever do any other size. I just like the 6x6. So when any party I go to, they instantly know the card's from me because it's a 6x6 and it's really thick and it's got all the embellishments on it.
Well, we'll show your Instagram in a second. But yeah, no, your cards always have that same look and feel. And I know it's a Tracy card as soon as I see it. Like it's completely you.
Yeah, it's sometimes I wish I could get out of it, but no, yeah. Oh, my art room is more like a Michael's. It definitely is. If you can see behind me, I've got a corner full of paper. On my desk behind me is all the Copics, whichever that way is. That's
everybody has them so beautifully organized. Man, I got to work on that.
Well, I used to have them in one of those rolling carts from IKEA. I made my own little tray out of that light picture.
Yeah.
And it was that way for years until I seen these from Blick Art. I seen somebody with them, and I liked them right in front of me where I could just see them. So, yeah.
I might have to think about that. Right now in my studio, I've got my computer over here, but then over this way, like where I work, it just, everything would fall off.
Oh.
Because you can see my room, it has an angle up here.
Right.
So it's a bummer because I can't work up against that wall because you can see it's only as tall as my printer. So
you'd hit your head every time you get up, and yeah,
a little too tall for that. Yeah, no. So okay, so you started with Stampin' Up! Stamps, ended up selling them. It said, you know what, stamps aren't for me. And I know that you still use images, and I've seen you use some of them, but I know you're very deliberate on which ones you pick, and they seem to be a little larger.
Right.
Because there is something you really like to do, and that to me is like your embellishments. Like I think you could like get a embellishment queen award. No, I'm serious.
I seriously hate making men's cards because I can't throw a big ribbon on it and a beautiful big flower and a sparkly little broochy looking thing. I love it. And when I get a man's card, I'm like, oh Lord, what do I do? So yeah, men's cards are very hard for me, very hard.
Well, let's show your website, and then in a moment we'll talk about those beautiful books we were talking about. So let me show your Instagram just so people know how to go and find you. So she's in a couple of places. She is out on Instagram, and I will put the link down below for you guys. I think I put it there. If I didn't, I'm sorry, but I'll have it before the video's done. But that's her Instagram right there. Let me go ahead and share my screen really quick because I want to show you guys. I want to show you her Instagram. Oh, subtle. Not so subtle, right?
Oh, not so subtle.
Not so subtle. But this was one she actually made for us. And this was a tester we made. I think I only made I don't want to say 8 or 10 of them. It was a Border Collie series. We were kind of playing around with I better go like that one. I
go like that one.
But I love the style. I mean, everything has just beautiful layers, embossments. You've got tons of ribbons. I mean, this is gorgeous. I love how you do that.
My favorite place is to go to, well, I haven't been in a long time because I had so much of it, the flea market. You go buy those little boxes of cheap rings, you rip the ring part off, and you've got embellishments. It's wonderful.
That is an awesome tip.
Yeah, just go rip the ring off, and you literally will have whatever stone. I even bought some that looked like Hello Kitty. And, you just rip the ring part off and you
love that.
Glue it on. I think the little doggy there, and yeah, those are all yours.
I know they are. No, I love the way that your style is. It's very you. And that's, right now I think there's this trend that everyone's cards, they want to have them all be like each other's cards. And I really like the slim line. I think that's cool, but I have all the templates of the normal size cards. So for me, I'm I've already invested in a lot. So not that I couldn't cut a sheet of paper and fix it.
Oh yeah.
But, one thing that I think people should remember, if you're first starting out, don't forget you can still be original. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. I mean, granted, you can. There's nothing wrong with that while you're learning. But
there is one card that I did, and it was the long. I don't know if it's on the page there. I think it is. And I literally copied what somebody else did because it was just so adorable. It had Mary Poppins characters. It was kind of long. And and I'm into cookies now. I did my daughter's Post Malone, yeah. So
oh my goodness, that's fun.
Yeah, she loves Post Malone, so I did Post Malone and macaroons. I make macaroons.
Okay,
I do a lot of Portuguese. Yeah, so and then, I try to take classes. We did the pumpkins one time. My ribbons up there, when I moved into this house, my son was renting it and it caught fire. And when we remodeled it, I said, I'm sorry, Mama lives right next to her shop. She's going to move in. I'm getting old. I need to walk to work. But there's no closet in this room. I didn't have him put a closet. So I took the filing cabinet and I literally wrapped the ribbon around a file folder that I had put a piece of cardboard in to keep it stiff, so I can hang them in the filing cabinet. And it works really, but yeah, there's a picture that you had passed up that shows the ribbons. Yeah, go back down. I think I'd seen the ribbon somewhere. It was pretty back there a ways.
Well, first off,
right there.
There it is.
Yeah, so I just wrap them around and then they can hang in the filing cabinet.
Nice. It's like Tracy's Pinterest moment, right? You're sharing all these ideas that people can go and try and do.
I had seen someone do it with material.
Okay.
So why can't I do that with ribbon?
Well, and after seeing your cards, I mean, there's a lot of ribbon going on, right? So
I have a lot of ribbon. I've lived here now 3 years, and I still have a bucket that I haven't put everything around. It's like I'll get to it one day.
You have a great Instagram. If you guys aren't following her yet, you definitely go and do that, because
Thank you.
I feel like, that's what we can all learn from each other. Like, you don't necessarily have to go with a 6x6 size, but you may say, you know what? I love the way she did this, or I love the way she colored that. And that's the kind of, like when people first ask me, like, how do you get started? That's what I did.
You do. You look at what other people do. You go, oh, okay, they kind of off-centered it, or they ran. And of course, on a card, there's only so many places you can stick a ribbon. So many places you can stick the image, But I try, and I don't think I've ever made 2 cards that look alike. Even though something is in somewhat at the same position, I don't think I've ever reproduced the same card twice. Even when someone has asked me, oh, I like that one there. Oh, I make it still a little bit different. I just can't make myself make it look exactly the way it does. I'll change something about it.
I used to do a lot of card swaps when I first started. And even that, with card swaps, you're supposed to do like however many it is of the same card. I never could do it. Like, I would use the same image and everything, but I'd color them all differently so that each person had something unique. Because I was
you get bored after a while making them all look alike. Yeah,
it was only 5, so I probably could have. But even that, I was like, no, I'm going to paint this cow. Like, I remember I did a farm one where there was a cow head, and so on the cow, like, I would do spots different, or I would do different,
Right. I used to make 90 Christmas cards. That was quite a feat. You're almost like, okay, do this step, then go to this step, go to that step. And it's hysterical because I know you've asked other people, what was your first card? And my first Christmas card in 2004, which I thought, let me tell you, was beautiful. Oh, yeah. My daughter says ribbon galore is an understatement. Yeah. This was a Stampin' Up, and I just thought that was glorious.
You know what? Grain of salt. Grain of salt, though, right? Now, that was back in 2003.
That was 2004, and then 2005. I'd say my coloring has come a little ways. And like I tell people, my granddaughters love to get in this room. Oh, when they get into the topics, I about cringe, but you don't want to stifle their art, and I let them go. But yeah, it's crazy because they want to do it, and I go, just keep practicing. Just keep practicing, and it will happen, yes.
I love it. They're telling you they've kept all of the cards that you've made them as keepsakes. So love that. Yeah.
You know what? They do. They do keep them. I've heard that they've kept them. Mm-hmm. I had one woman, I used to kind of do the little show circuit where you rent a booth, try to sell your cards. You think you're going to do it. And, people flock at paying $7 for a card. I'm like, it's homemade. It's got a lot in it. I was at the store the other day and I seen them. They're $9.99 and $10, and I'm like, and they like make noise over $7, know. So, but I know that one woman literally bought a Christmas card just to put it out for Christmas. She thought it was an adorable decoration.
Again, all the beautiful embellishment that you do, it's not just, you should, it almost looks like they would be perfect, like in those little IKEA,
Oh,
like
yeah.
shadow boxes.
Yeah.
Like I would love to see them in there.
I made a shadow box for a lady when she was having twins,
Mhm.
and I made a shadow box out of the card that she used or something. I made invitations, and it had little peas in a pod, and I made her a shadow box. It turned out really cute. But this guy I made years ago, and isn't he adorable for Halloween?
Oh, I love that. I love the spider paper too.
I love glitter. I had a friend's husband literally tell his wife he finally realized why I looked like I sparkled all the time because I was using glitter.
Not because you're from Washington.
Oh no, I've been born and raised California.
Oh.
No, I
Okay.
never.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, my dad and my husband are Raider fans. My husband's a season ticket holder. I don't know what it was. I always liked the logo, and then I saw Russell Wilson, and that was it. I was gone. I was sold. I said, "I'll see you guys later. I'm going to become a Seahawk fan."
You are not just a fan though. You are like ultimate fan.
Oh, I'm obsessed. I have a corner over here that's just, I don't know if your people can see my big metal Seahawk on the wall. And then this thing over here is just loaded with Seahawk stuff. So, yeah. I have my Seahawk corner.
I know you love them. So,
Yeah.
so let's talk about where you kind of evolved into. So I know you said you're part of this really fun group where they send you things monthly. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, there's a gentleman named Frank Garcia, and I think he's in Arizona. I took a class once, and oh my God, I fell in love and joined his Frank Garcia mini book club. And every month they'll send you, and this is one from a few years ago. It's a Christmas one, and he gives you all the stuff you need, all the instructions, and you just
now everybody watching needs to. Oop, can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Literally can you put it back up 1 second?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the amount of layers of detail. Like that to me just screams Tracy. Like whenever I see it. Like when I see stuff like that, that's totally you.
It's totally extra. I am totally extra. Let me tell you.
I need to make you a stamp that says that.
Oh, there you go. Make me a stamp that says extra.
I'm totally extra. And then it'll say handmade by Tracy.
Oh, you know what? That's what I should stamp on the back. Made by Mrs. Extra.
I'm writing it down right now so I don't forget.
There you go, so you don't forget.
Not that I would on purpose. I just get so busy.
Oh, I get that. Awesome. You have 2 little ones too. Yeah. So
I do. Yeah. So how many kits have you done like that? What kind of things do you do with them? I know
I started when he started. It's been 3 years, a book a month.
A book a month. So all that embellishment every single month.
Every month. And the sad part is I still have June, July, and August to do. They're behind me. I started June. It's partway done, but when September came, it all went out the door. It has a pumpkin on it. And I said, that's it. Gotta do September.
Well, you like to do a lot of fall cards, though. I mean, every time I've sent you stuff, that always seems to be kind of your deal. You know?
This one here, I love her. She's so pretty.
I do too. I loved working with Jasmine Beckett Griffith. She was so much fun.
Oh,
she was so much fun.
Now this one's great for.
That's her too. Yeah. Well, in her whole art, what I kind of loved about her is that she actually was from, she lives down in Celebration, Florida area, which is, I don't know what the right word to call it, but it was like the Disney community. Disney started it, and it's like 10 minutes away from Disney World. And so I was like, ooh, cool, she's from Disney World, and I like her art. And, you know, again, I was like, I don't know if she'll want to do this because she's ventured into, like she does a lot of Bradley Exchange now. If you go look her characters, like I think even the 2 you've got right there, I think they actually are like little figurines.
Oh, they're figurines.
Now they are started as paintings. And so literally I would take her art, redraw it all by hand as line art the way I draw, and then we turn those into stamps. Right. And it was an interesting thing.
Them. Yeah, loved them. I loved coloring them for you. I loved really that green and purple one with the dragon. I loved that one. That one was absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
Well, and it it makes sense that you did, because your style is much more the larger. So you probably liked it when I used to make Brentwood much larger.
Yes,
When he first started, he used to be like 4-inch tall. Like, he was big.
Yeah. Well, I just did that one with your gnome.
Yep.
And I sent it to a friend who made masks, and I put a mask on the gnome.
Yep.
So yeah, I showed you that I had sent that one too. That was cute. She just loved that because the gnome was wearing his little mask, and so yeah.
Well, and that's why for you, I've always sent you a lot of digis, just because I know you like to work on a larger scale, and it gives you the opportunity. And that's one of the things I love about digital stamps.
Make them whatever size you need for whatever plus. I kind of like digis because they take a lot less room in your art room.
Yes, they do.
Keep them in a file folder, and you don't have, because I've got this corner over here is loaded. There's tubs and tubs of stamps. I'm just like, I definitely, I know you always ask everyone who they love, and I do love Stamping Bella. I love you. I love, there's a new lady out called Tracy Hay. Traceyhey. Love her stuff. Absolutely adorable. Then there's La La Land Crafters. I used to take classes from Irene when she was first starting her business. And now she's blown up with just tons and tons. You ever hear of Lily of the Valley?
I have.
Brand? I love them too. Oh my God, I have so many of those stamps. It's insane the amount of stamps that I've got. Like when my kids say that I've got more stuff than Michael's. They're not joking. I think you could go shopping in here and find anything you need and use it.
I'll be honest, I'm a little bit of the same way. When I first started, my boss said, just be ready and have a space, because once you get hooked, you won't have space for stuff. So, and I went to college actually for costume design and theater construction. So I actually know how to sew and do millinery and do all that. So my studio office space is half my YouTube station here. I've got a sewing machine table over there. I've got a big built-in with like tons of fabric on one wall.
Got it all going.
Seriously. And then my kids come up here and it's like Willy Wonka. They're just like, oh, let's touch everything.
What can I touch?
Nothing. But I was excited because my older one just started asking me, because with everything going on, we got asked to make a lot of masks. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, well, my college degree, I guess, can go for something, right? And so I made entirely too many. And so now she's been very interested in learning how to sew. So that's been kind of exciting.
That's good. I can't stand to sew. Mm-hmm. Can't stand it. I can't go straight. It's not my thing. Oh, Darlene needs a mermaid card. Okay.
Add it to your list.
my summer daughter, I make a lot of cards for her. I've even made cards that we sent to Portugal for her aunts and stuff to give. Yeah, so we'll send them off to Portugal. They have my cards over there too. So
I always love watching when you post up your vacations, because you always take very unique vacations.
My husband's from the Azore Islands, and so we go at least once a year. And what
is that? What is that by?
Azore is right by Portugal, by Lisbon. Okay. It's out in the archipelago. There's like 9 little islands out there, and that's one of the islands.
And that's where he was born and raised?
He was born and came when he was 9 from the Azore Islands.
Wow.
And then my grandfather's family was from San Miguel, one of the other little islands.
It was meant to be,
I guess. But then my mom was German, and my mom was Italian and Portuguese, and my dad was 100% German. So, okay. But I'm American, born and raised in America, and love it here. But it is beautiful to go back. It's so nice when you come home to your own house. It's just nice. I miss my art room when I'm gone. I'm like, oh. If I could just take all the art with me.
Oh my gosh, you don't have room for that. You'd be packing so many suitcases.
I wouldn't know what to take. I'm the kind that will sit there, pull out a stamp, look over at that paper, go, okay, what's going to match with this? Then I start building my colors. Then I start picking the colors to color the dresses or whatever is on the little girls or whatever's in the background. Sometimes I'll go the opposite way, but it's pretty much I'll pick the paper that I like and then build from there. Sometimes I'll even change stamps because it just doesn't fit with the paper I picked. Like, yeah, that's not turning out like I planned. So
The other thing I really liked, though, Tracy, is that you talked about, like what stamp companies you liked. And it was fun to hear other names, too. Not that we don't love the Lawn Fawn and we love all the bigs.
Oh, no. I do love, I wrote down, I do love Lawn Fawn. But I did love the Magnolias, Lily of the Valley, La La Land, Art Impression.
You made a list. I love that you made a list.
I did.
You were ready for tonight.
I was ready. I love Art Impressions. I watercolor with those. Those are so cool. The little Art Impression watercolor stamps. I had people thinking I was watercoloring, and I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. No, I can't draw a stick figure. I'm sorry. I'll color, but my sons, my daughter, my granddaughter all got the drawing bug from my mom. It skipped me. It just literally bounced right up and over me. I can't draw. But I do other things with my time.
I'm pretty lucky. My mom and my grandmother are really great artists, and I was lucky enough to get some of that skill from them. So
that's great. Yeah, no, I didn't get it. So, but hey, I do other things.
But practice, it truly is practice. We've talked a couple times on this show about how where you start is not where you end up in many years later after lots of practice. And I was cleaning my space, and I literally I was cleaning my space, right? We all remember that, right? Oh, my God.
Oh, God, I went on it the other day. I was like, what? Oh, Lord. So it's still there.
It is. Parts of it still are. So if you search, do we meet on there? No. It was Facebook.
I don't know. Might have been MySpace, because I have cards on MySpace.
God, now I'm thinking it might have been.
It might have been MySpace. Hey, we're old. We've been together too long now, huh?
We have. Well, we abandoned Tom and we moved forward, right? Because wasn't that the name of the guy on MySpace? Where he was like, I'm Tom. Remember that picture of the guy? I don't know. Anyway.
I'm shocked that they're still there. I'm just like, oh. When they say pictures don't die on the internet, they don't die. They're there.
They are there. They are there. Well, and on there, I think they tried to turn it into like a music scene for a while, like where artists could upload their stuff and do that. But then it just never came back.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I mean, I went and found one of these. Now, this is only just one example, but you joke and say, oh, huh, that's so funny. I mean, look at that. This was when I was literally making stamps myself.
He's cute. He's cute.
There's a 2008, right? But I mean, I hand drew this, hand made it. I packed it up. I printed up my little lid.
Signed it. Yeah. Hey.
I mean, it's crazy because I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And then you evolve and you learn, and then you get to a point where they look like all the beautiful
professional.
Yes. But it's just fun to see those.
But I'm sure you spend more money now packing and doing than you did doing it yourself.
But it's worth it because I don't have as much time.
No,
right?
Yeah,
I don't have with the kids.
You sell too many. There's no way you could be hand packing all of them. Now, as your girls get older, maybe then you could use them as, help mom. Let's pack these up.
Right. Well, it's funny because my friend that was on here earlier, Amanda, she has, I think, every stamp that I've ever designed, and she's been my best friend since we were 5. We met in kindergarten. And she's like, those are investments someday when the company gets huge. And I'm like,
exactly.
Oh, that's really sweet, though. Like, I think that's so sweet. Like, I love that. But yeah, so she has probably a lot that look like this. But if you ever get one that looks like this, that you see, like, that's a weird one on my website, usually those are my testers. So they're usually not offered nearly as much as, like, because as a small business owner, if you're going to do those, that costs a lot more to do than that one does. Because I can do a smaller run, play around with it, see what looks good. And yeah, so if you ever get one of those, just know it's kind of a rare stamp, right?
Just put it away. Don't use it.
There you go. Well, then I want you to use it.
Or use it, but don't lose it.
There you go. So you said you do a book a month. Do you have that Halloween one? Do you want to show how the page? You have to see the pages. How you did this. Oh my God. Tracy put in so much time. You have to see the pages of this book.
Well, this one isn't done yet because I was up till midnight last night. There's going to be a pumpkin. There's going to be a bunch of flowers. And then, of course, as you open it up, you have pages. I mean, Frank Garcia is an amazing, amazing man. Go check.
So much
he has
work.
a website, and he sells the kits. You have to get in monthly for it.
There's so much work, Tracy.
I was up last night, and so see, I'm not done. I've got to finish these last pages, and then of course put hot glue all the flowers and all the embellishments. There's going to be little pearls all the way around. Oh yeah, it keeps me busy, and I love it.
So do you ever sell your cards? I think at one point you used to.
I do. I mean, someone just has to contact me and, let me know what they want. Give me enough time because we do have our own family business of truck and trailer repair.
Mm-hmm.
I babysit grandbabies. It's not like I can just, okay, go make it right now. You got to give me a week or two. So, yes. So, your friend has that stamp. She
was like, yes, I have that one. I actually think she bought it twice because I think at one point she told me she lost it and then she found it again. So it's kind of funny.
Shoot! So she has two of them. See, she has one that she can put in a box and save it and not use it.
Well, I know you said you do a lot of wedding stuff. You should on your Instagram. Do you have some of the wedding stuff up there?
There is. I think I did.
On your website?
I've done a couple of wedding invitations. I literally did one with a sand dollar and everything. Printed out the whole invitation, the return envelope with the little how many people. I did everything. Yeah. After I said yes, I was like, oh no, what did I get myself into?
I hope it's a good thing. Everybody tells me that. They're like, oh my God, I said yes, and then I went, what are we going to talk about? Don't worry. We're talking about all kinds of stuff tonight.
The one thing I never wanted to make the cards a business to where I hated doing it. I wanted to enjoy it, to like it, not, oh God, I got to go in that room and I got to go make, 15 cards tonight to sell to somebody. I love when someone writes me, oh, I need a card. I make the one card, I'm with a birthday group, a bunch of ladies. 2 or 3 of them will say, hey, can you make the card for me too? So then I'll make, like 3 or 4 of them. But then I'm like, oh God, I got to make them all look different. So I'm in there making them all look different. But yeah, I enjoy doing it and I enjoy watching them when they get it. They light up knowing that you took the time to make something for them.
How many grandkids do you have?
I have 6.
6 grandkids. That's a lot.
One's going to be 9 in October, and the youngest is just a little bit over a year.
Okay, so then we had to be about a little over 9 because I think the first one was either almost here or was on their way.
Right.
So about 9. So
yeah, because I met you before you had your daughter. So and then it's just been going, and we have a good time doing it.
Me too. So. Because you said you like to do one-offs and you like to kind of craft in your own way. I mean, and that's why I like to have different people on the show because there are some people that love to do design teams. There are some people that love to do one-offs. You said you've never done a design team before?
Only you. You're the one that I've done design team. I've never had anyone, I guess, see my cards. And I've come to figure out that, yeah, when you look at my pictures, some of them are dark. They're not straight on. I just bought myself a light box, hoping maybe I can take a little more professional picture. My one daughter-in-law is a photographer.
I was going to say, her photos are beautiful. You need to...
I should start taking them, but I just am so proud of them when I'm done. I snap the picture and then I flop it on Facebook and Instagram right away. But yeah, if I can get the light box to, kind of maybe brighten them up, maybe make them look a little better. And then I need to start tagging the people that I'm using the stamps so they can see what I'm doing with their stamp because I just don't. I just don't have a lot of time and I'm terrified that if they say, oh, come on. Then
it's a lot of commitment, right?
Yeah, so
for me, I think in knowing you, I almost feel like guest spots are the way to go. Just because you're so focused. I mean, you guys do these amazing vacations. You guys have had so many little grandkids. You've got your own business, and I think that that's okay though. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't have to say my goal is a design team. My goal is a this.
No. My thing is if a company would see a card of mine and just go, "Ooh, we really like your card. Can we put it on our page?" Oh, that would. Oh, yeah, I'd be pleased as punch. That's what I would love. I would love that.
I'm writing that down too. I like that.
I'm going to get all these stamps that say things.
Yeah, be careful what you ask for. You know I send them to you.
I know. You do.
Yeah, I might have to draw you like a little punch bowl with like something sitting in it.
Well, because you did. I did this one for you with your cactus.
I know you did.
And the little coffee. Yeah, I love it. In the middle of the day, I'll see you pop up and you'll go, can you do something with this one?
And it's always random. And I feel so bad, but I'm like,
no.
What?
And I just noticed one the other day. I said, oh, I never did anything with that one. Oh, shoot. And then you asked me about the stadium one. I never saw that one. So we're going to have to do the stadium.
Go pull it. Yeah, because I remember, God, when was that?
That had to have been a while. Probably maybe when they
went playoffs, I think, when they got right up to the end.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Was it 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Probably when they went to Super Bowl or something. You probably did a stadium.
It was somewhere around there. But I just remember I drew it for you, and I was like, here's a stadium. Do you like it?
Somehow I missed it.
That's okay. I'm sure I have it somewhere. But that's awesome. And you know what? I love. I don't know how you do all of that you do. I'm exhausted.
You know what? People do tell me that. They say, when do you have time to do this? Well, I stay up late at night until 1, 2 in the morning, and then get up again at 6 to go to work. I'm also trying to learn Portuguese right now.
Wow.
I've been married almost 35 years to a man who speaks fluent Portuguese and never learned it. So I do with this one lady in Lisbon. It's 10:30 at my time at night. It's 6:30 in the morning her time, and I'm up Tuesdays and Thursdays learning Portuguese. And I told her, I said, I have no time.
Can you say something?
Well, I can say like, como está? How are you? I can swear in Portuguese. I won't do that right now.
We won't do that. Family friendly. Family friendly.
But I'm slow. I've only been at it a month and a half. I know little words. I've never been able to put in full sentences. And she tells me, she goes, you need more practice. And she goes, you need to stop making your cards. You need to practice more. And I'm like, I'm not even making my cards. It's like, I haven't really been doing art. I don't know. It just, days have been rolling into each other and it's just going so fast. And so let's hope next year's a little better. Last night though was the first night I stayed up and did that book. And I was like, this is going to get work done. So
it's crazy to me too, because of all this COVID and everything else and people being at home. I remember, like last year going, if I just had more time.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like, and not that I feel like, I actually feel like I have, it's weird because I thought if I was working from home, because I do have a regular day job.
Right.
But I thought, oh my gosh, if I didn't have to do all this and less chasing with the cars, I would just
have more time.
Oh my God, I'd be able to get so much done. My world would be different. And I feel like it's complete opposite. I feel like I did more when I was chasing it in this weird bubble of this.
Right.
Than I am now.
We've never slowed down. We have never closed down. We're essential with big rigs. And we've never slowed down. I keep waiting for my 2 weeks of COVID vacation. I haven't gotten it. It's like, okay, fine. I don't get it.
My husband was essential during this time, and I was blessed to be able to work from home. But again, I was blessed to work from home with the kids. So it's been, so if it's looking a little grayer lately, well, but
tell them it's blonde. It's a real pretty blonde.
It's the icy highlights that I've added.
Yes, it's your frozen highlights.
No, it's good because and one of the things that I kind of thought about with this whole time is, in what other time would we get these big blocks with our family? You know, like they're little, and most people, they send them off to school. We blink, they're 18, and at least that's what my mother tells me. And. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, one daughter-in-law teaches the pharmacy. So she works at night. So when the son goes home from work, he then babysits. So I really don't see those two as much unless I have them come stay. The oldest son, his wife, she's a photographer. So she's more evenings, weekends. So I really don't get those. My daughter's a hairstylist. She does the hair. And it's been a hit and miss with her, the poor thing, because they close her down, let her open up, close her down, let her open up. So, and then of course when she can work, then I've got the kids at home with me learning on the computers, trying to run a business, and it's tough. But you know what? I get to see them. So,
Well,
and
you guys went on a fun. Look like you had all kinds of grandkids the other day.
oh, we had the entire family at the beach. Everybody. That was a lot of kids.
It was a lot
great.
of kids.
It was great to see them all running around, though. It was wonderful. I loved it.
I'm sure they needed it just as much as you did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So have you felt more or less inspired kind of during this time? Now, you said you haven't really stopped. So
yeah, I haven't. I think right now I've been more tired. And of course, as I get older, bad thing is if I come home and sit down in my recliner, that's it. I'm out. I'm passed out for a little while. So I'm just not. I'm trying to get myself back into it now. I've got the books there, so let's go. Get back in that art room. You got to get.
You got 4 months to go.
Yeah, and I loved it. I was up last night till I think like 2 or so in the morning doing that book until I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. I said, "Funny, hey, got to go to bed." So.
Well, you should make one of those and do a charity thing, because I know you do a lot of different things like that. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Plus maybe it would kind of get you that stir of something, kind of an excitement again.
Well, I was thinking I might want to go to like one of the retirement homes, find out how many men do you have in here, how many women do you have in here, and just make a nice little card for them,
Oh, that would be nice.
Because I know my dad's been gone 15 years, and when he was in the hospital at the end, there were some people there no one ever visited. I was there daily with him, and I was just like, how can no one come and see them? It's just, so not everyone has somebody. And with COVID, you really can't just go in and start visiting with them. So I thought, maybe I'll make some cards, drop them off. Maybe it'll give them a smile, to get something from somebody. So.
Yeah, no, well, I know Amy, who is one of my guests, I think she was episode 4. She actually still is doing with a joint effort with another group where they're given cards and then they're taking them to all different sorts of senior centers and stuff like that, just to give them some positivity and some happiness. And someone's thinking of you. Yeah. So I was thinking Thanksgiving's coming. Maybe I'll do some kind of fall Thanksgiving one and, just go dump them off at a few of the places and then hand them out, and see if it makes them smile to see a card. You don't have to go as crazy probably with the embellishments. Right.
Have all the old people in the home all glittery.
That's awesome. You know what, though? Your cards always are super glittery, and I love that. I love that you throw all those embellishments on, and they're gorgeous.
I love to throw as much as I can on it. I literally bought bigger envelopes because some of them just won't fit in the envelope that fits it. I have to literally go a little bit bigger so it won't smash everything.
Do you make your own envelopes then?
No. I go through a company called LLC.
Okay.
And the paper that I use, it's actually kind of like wedding invitation.
Oh, okay.
I think it's 110 pounds. It's very heavy. And it's got like a satiny sheen to it. And so that's what my back cards are always made out of. That's the base. And I have different colors.
So we have learned some fun stuff from Tracy so far. So you can go to yard sales or Goodwill or wherever and go find your embellishment pieces.
Flea markets. Yeah,
right?
the cheap rings, the cheap necklaces that come in like 10 to a box. Just rip them off. It's amazing. Awesome. It is. I was wondering if my things were close by, if they're across the room.
We learned about ribbon. So we learned that. And now we learned that you're buying all of your cardstock and envelopes right from a wedding company.
Yeah, it's just the background. Let me see here. See, like here's the envelope. They're a nice 6x6. They have they come in different colors. It's real opaly.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
Yeah, it's kind of shiny. Yeah, so.
But that's such a creative way. Do you know what I mean? Because I started thinking because I guess I realized that you always made 6x6, but I never really thought about the repercussions of always using a 6x6 because it's not a normal size.
No, you have. Well, when I first started, I really was using at Michael's. Remember they used to have the little card stock with the envelope. They kind of come in a pack and they fold over. They already have the indentation on them. I would use those. Exactly. That's what I first started out with. But then I think when I took the class from Irene Blount, who does La La Land Crafts, she was the one that was doing 6x6, and it just stuck with me. I just loved it. It was the size that I loved. And no, Grandma, I should do classes, but I have no time. I've had so many people say, I'll take a class, and I'm all, I don't know. I'm a control freak. I might say, you're not doing it right.
Well, then you should do them virtually, because then you can and then if you start doing that, they'll just turn their camera off.
There you go. You don't like how I'm doing this? Goodbye.
No, just don't watch. I'm not showing you.
No, I have taped myself doing things. People always go, oh God, did I miss? Were you live? I wanted to see what you did. I said, well, it's there. Go watch it, But I feel self-conscious of, oh, look what she's doing, so I just don't do it. It's probably one of those things you have to break out of your comfort zone to do.
I'll be really honest, even for me, for a long time, if you go back and look through all of my older videos, I never showed who I was. And I realized it was I've been in business for 15 years. I started this company in 2005, April 1st, no joke, truly April 1st, so April Fool's Day.
Right.
And I remember when I started it, and I was like, I don't know how connected I should be, not connected. And so it was a weird kind of figuring that out. Mm-hmm. And even up until about 2 years ago, I was still sort of, if you watch my videos, it was always my hands. I was just moving around, talking a whole lot. And then I realized that because of it, I didn't get to make nearly as many friends in the community as I should have, because, how do you know if they're real? How do you know who they are, what they are? And so when all of this came about, I literally decided, I'm like, it's time. What's holding me back?
People like to put a face to the voice and get to know you. So, yeah.
And all the silly faces. And they go, oh, that's probably why she doesn't go on camera all the time. No.
Yeah, that would be me.
No. And for how many, oh my gosh, I think our entire time that you and I have been talking, I have talked about a Brentwood book. And the book is written.
Good.
It's in the process of being copywritten completely, so it's good to go. And then I had a whole bunch of people teaching me. I don't know if you've ever used. This is not a sponsorship. I love these.
Oh yes, I just ordered the new crackling campfire.
Bright red,
orangey kind of a red color. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Yes.
I'm so excited.
Don't use it a lot. I don't make a lot of my own backgrounds. Mm-hmm. I pretty much either just do the light shadowing with the real light blues or the grays. Mm-hmm. But once in a blue moon, I'll try to do that. You see them do it and you're like, I can do that, and then you try it and it don't look half bad. So yeah.
I was floored the first time I tried it. I was like, I don't think I can do this. And they're like, just do it. And I was like, okay, all right. Peer pressure, right? So I tried it, and I think that's actually how partially I'm going to illustrate my book.
There you go. Hey, what's the worst thing that happens? You throw it away.
I haven't yet. I like the first one I did, and I'm kind of excited because it's going to look a little different than a normal children's book. So I'm super excited. So
see, that's what's going to make you stand out, and Brentwood's going to become famous.
I'm hoping. I love him. I've loved him since
he's adorable. Yeah.
So yeah, no, you've made plenty of Brentwood cards in your.
I don't think I have a lot of them. In the beginning, I didn't take as many pictures. I think try to document. I do have a book though from years, and I've made a lot of cards. You just don't realize it until you start plopping them down somewhere, and then you're like, wow, okay, I didn't feel I made that many, and I did.
And I did. So. Right. Well, it was funny. You say that. And I have this space as cleaning. And I was like, oh, let me just see how many Brentwood cards I have sitting here.
Right.
And I literally was like, no, I didn't make all of these, but sometimes people would send them to me when they've made them and stuff. But I was like,
yes.
Like they literally just kept going and going and going.
Oh, and everyone's so talented with the way they color and the things they can do. Yeah. Oh, I like him, the bumblebee one.
Well, and then we've got the little guy. And it's funny because that started out as the original version of what ended up being our logo.
Right.
And it's funny because everybody asks, why is he a pirate? And they're
Because
like,
the Pirates of the Caribbean. Hello,
right, hello.
the best ride in Disneyland.
Come on, guys. Come on. Yeah, no, I
Oh, that's
love.
cute. Yes.
So it's so much fun to like. So I totally feel your pain there when you're like, look at all these cards, and I'm like, oh my god, how many
Well,
bread?
the lucky thing about all my cards is I've given my cards to somebody, so I only have pictures of them. My cards, I barely have kept any of them. Yeah, they've all been, someone has requested a card, I make it, I take a picture, and off it goes.
You need to, one thing I really liked last week, no, 2 weeks ago, one of my guests was talking about how she looked at it as though it was like her blog is truly her like scrapbook of her card making history. Like, I love that. Like, I never, not that that's, you know, but I love the way that she said that. Like, it just.
No, it is. It's a place where everything you've done is in one spot. And you can go back and look. Oh, look how cute. The little pumpkins. I like that. Oh, that's cute.
Those little pumpkins, that little trio.
Uh-huh.
My little JessicaLynnOriginal fact. Those 3 pumpkins were actually the first 3 stamps I ever produced.
Oh, wow. See, now, if you had that in digital, then I would make them bigger. And they would take up more of the card. Yeah, definitely. And they would definitely have to be glittered because you got to glitter the pumpkin.
You know what happens when you start saying stuff like that, right?
What? You're going to...
You know what shows up in your message box.
Here's your pumpkins, and I'll make you a card.
I'm actually doing I'm doing a new digi that I am going to be launching in the next couple of days. I'm working on putting a group of people that we're all going to craft at the same time.
Ooh.
And we're going to do a 1 hour, here's your digi, make a card.
And it takes an hour to do a card. It's amazing.
It's going to be 1 hour, and you don't have to show the card until the end, but you have to show your face on the cam. We're going to kind of communicate with people. So you're going to have distractions.
How fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I will definitely
like that.
send you.
Yeah.
I'll send you that.
Here's your little deer. I love the deer.
I do too. You know how that set actually got started because someone emailed me. She was going on the deer hunt, the widow's weekend. And she said, we're going to go craft for widow's weekend. Do you have any deer? And I said, no.
I'll get you one.
I'll draw you one. What do you want? And so sure enough, I went and drew them and had them produced. And
oh, he's so cute. He sits in my art room all the time. He looks at me. He sits on a shelf, and I'm just like, he's such a deer. I love him
too.
Yeah, very cute. And then I'm getting ready to do more Christmas cards.
Ooh, love your Christmas cards.
Yeah, I like the snow.
That is cute. What is that made of?
It's a snow paste. It's a paste. And it has a little bit of sparkle, but of course, once you lay it down, you pat it down, put more glitter.
Nice.
And then, yeah, I'm already glittery.
My sister is the one that throws all the stuff inside cards, so it's so funny because you guys are like the opposite. Like when stuff arrives, like all of a sudden I open yours, I'm like, oh, it's gonna hit me right away. Hers, I have to wait until I open the card.
Right. Mine's on top. Hers is inside.
So what projects are you working on now? Do you have anything else in the works? You got your book?
No, just the books. Well, it looked like my friend Darlene said she needs a mermaid card. So
there it is. Pop that up there again.
I'll have to go find my mermaid stamps and find out who it's for and then make a mermaid card. Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, I do have someone. So I'm starting to get into flooding cookies now with the icing, the royal icing. I'm doing that. Flooding cookies, the royal icing. If you went on my Instagram, the Post Malone and stuff and the sunflowers. And
you are always baking. Oh,
I've always wanted to do that. And I took a class. Said, oh, this is it. So now in my laundry room, there's shelves loaded with cookie cutters, all the cookie stuff. Yeah, I did some Starbucks ones.
Oh, you just had like a little stencil.
Just a stencil. Yeah, that one was a stencil. I bought 3 different sizes so I could make I can even use that stencil in with the art stuff if I need to. And I've come to notice a lot of the art stencils, I could just put them on the cookies.
What is it like airbrush or what is it?
That's airbrushed. Yes,
Okay.
I have a little airbrush system and everything. Oh yeah, when I jump in, I jump in. I go full force. And
Girl.
then I made the cookies, the hamburgers, the hot dogs, and the little watermelons for my grandson's birthday. And now I've got a lady that wants a tire and 2 ribbons, boy and girls, for a gender reveal. So.
Oh,
I'm still practicing, and like I say, don't make it too difficult. I don't think I can do it because I follow so many on Instagram that it's like artwork. I don't know how anyone could even want to eat the cookie. It's just so pretty.
so these are just like regular stuff.
Those are all stencils. Those are stencils with the airbrush. It looks nice though. I mean, looks like you really put a lot of work into it, and it's
you wouldn't probably want to see my cookies. They don't look like that. My husband's a much better cook than I am. I'm not the cook in the family whatsoever.
Well, you keep drawing, and then he'll do the cooking. Yeah. See, like the little baby card. Oh, yeah, that was my daughter's for her Post Malone sunflowers.
Oh.
But the little baby, I love to put a picture of the actual person on the card. That one actually that's in Portuguese. That went to Portugal. So for a baptism.
So pretty. But look at this, layers of layers of layers of layers.
There's usually 3 or 4 layers of layers. And I still have paper for days and days and days. I just have too much.
Every time I go to the store, I'm like, oh, look at this. And my husband's like,
the skull is yours too, isn't it? The skull is yours. That was, yeah.
It is. My daughters love Coco. And so they were begging me to draw something. And I was at work and I was on my lunch break. And I was looking through and I saw a picture and I'm like, oh, I could draw that. And so I was just like, all right, we'll just draw it up.
And then the one below that, the leg for the down a couple, Christmas leg. Yeah, you sent me that. Who
doesn't want the fragile leg?
Yes, that was. I even drew all those little lines on for the net, the fishnet. As you can tell, I kind of boo-booed there down towards the bottom. It's a little dark.
She just had a snag. That's all it was.
Yeah, she just snagged.
That's all it was. You need a fragile on there, though, right?
Yes. You know what? If I took a picture, go into Google. Get a little picture of the husband or something, stick it on. It would. Oh, that'd be great. I didn't even think about that. See, talk to someone, you get ideas.
The other thing you should do is if you put it on your Instagram stories, you should look and see if the Christmas story has like the dad where he's like, "Woo!" Right? Like you could.
That'd be good. Yeah, where he's looking at the light. That'd be cute. Yeah.
No, I love you. Oh, you were doing like
that's
Bible,
right. I bought the Bible and you put gesso to get the page where it's not going to absorb through, and then you stamp and you watercolor. I follow Art Impression all the time, and I follow when she does it, and I do it in the books.
Is there does it already have the margin for you to do that? Or does it
the margin is empty. That's the kind of Bible it is, and so I bought it from them, and it has the margin empty, and then you buy this like a stencil, I guess, that the page fits in. So it'll cut it off so you can paint and not go too far, and then pull it off and let it dry, and then you paint your picture on it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. It's like watercoloring, yeah.
Are you working your way all the way through then? So you have
little by little, yeah. I've been slowly doing a page here, a page there, and so
I love that idea. I mean, we're not talking religion. I'm not talking whatever, but still,
it's
wonderful.
It's something you can hand down. It's something, yeah. I don't know if you don't want a Bible. I mean, I just did it because that's what she was doing it in too. But if you just want to buy one of those books, like a journal, you could do your pages and then give it to someone and have them have a place to write on the journal pages. And then you've left them a beautiful picture on the side. And then they add their journaling to it. And it's kind of like you've worked together.
Tracy, seriously. Okay, I hope everybody's taking notes here. This is going to be like Tracy's idea studio.
There you go.
I love that idea. No,
I think I just was thinking, why can't you use a journal book?
Right.
Do the pages and then give it to somebody and say, here's a book for you to write,
even like a sketchbook.
Anything. And you know what? And that kind of book right there, you could take some paper, do a pretty front with some flowers, it doesn't have to be expensive, and it'll thicken it up as you put your layers of paper.
You mean you don't think that's pretty enough?
Well, it's pretty, but I would literally cover it with some paper. And I would put some hot glue, some flowers and glitter and ribbon, and
You need to toughen this up a little. It's a little weak.
toughen it up a little bit. Yeah.
But they have hardcover ones too that I've seen. That
Sure.
would be such a really fun, like,
Go to Michael's. They have like the dollar section. Sometimes they have some books. You print little things. Yeah. Pink request for a birthday. Okay, Darlene needs another card. I got 2 cards now to do. Darlene and
the mermaid. I don't know if that's
Darlene and her mom, my best friend Mary, they keep me busy with cards. They really do.
No, I love that idea though, Tracy. Like the idea
I was just thinking, why can't we use a journal?
What a great Christmas idea. Like this year, like with everything going on, like what I have found is just, I value the more personable things. I value people's time more. I value, the fact that, people are willing to hand make something for me. I mean, it's one of those, I think, what I hope is that more people are starting to realize the stuff that really matters.
Right.
And
it's
the stuff that
human
matters.
Interaction. Yeah, it's not what you buy. It's human interaction. And if you give a journal like that, people now have a lot to write. There's a lot on their minds.
There's a lot on their minds. You are right.
A lot on their minds. Right. So they might thoroughly enjoy it. And to see something that you took the time to color, maybe not every page, maybe every other page, you can put some on, give them some room to write. And yeah, that's a good, I might make some of those myself.
I'm sitting here going, what can I do? Like, it's so funny because like my process when I draw, like I literally draw an entire page. Like there's a Brentwood owl where there's chickens with them. And so when
look at the little one down there, how cute with the little hearts coming out of its little head. All the little chicks. Oh, those are cute. I like those.
But that's kind of how I do it. Like I just have a book where I'll just sit and draw and draw and draw. And then I sit there and go, okay, all right. Or like sometimes I'll like, okay, what kind of eyeballs would I like this time?
Right.
I mean, but I love the idea. I'm literally now I'm feeling a little stumped. Now I know what I want to work on. Like, I think I'm going to make some books for people.
There you go. And then you could literally, just draw your little things in the corner, color them in. Oh, look at the faces. The eyes on those are adorable.
Angry potato, I think that's supposed to be. I'm not really sure.
What is he supposed to be in that corner? Is he a tadpole?
I think he's an angry potato.
Oh, I thought he was something else.
I think he is family friendly.
I know, family friendly.
That's right. No, or like one of the other things I love to do in cards, when I was younger, being a left-hander.
Oh, font. See,
That's just my handwriting.
God, you've got beautiful handwriting.
Well, I'm a lefty. So growing up as a lefty, they gave you so much like, we can't read your scribbles. Oh, I think this one kind of sums up 2020 right here.
That's the perfect face. The perfect, just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, so I spent a long time working on my handwriting, and so I try to incorporate that into my stamps too. Because
see, now since I don't write, I write okay, but I will go online, go into Word, and I will type out what I want, print it out, cut it out, and stick it on the front. And I don't buy stamps that say things like happy birthday. I just don't waste my money on it because I can print it out and cut it out and stamp it on. And I can put their name, happy birthday, Jessica. And then it's there and it's personalized. And they just love that. When they see their name, it just makes that card even more, you made that for me, my picture's on it or my name's on it. Yeah. Just so much more than if you go to Hallmark and go, okay, here's a card, and you get 2 of the same cards.
Well, when I for one of my birthdays, when Rapunzel came out, because I love Rapunzel and Flynn Rider and the whole bit, I think I got like 4 of them that year, and I was like, thank you all for Rapunzel cards. So I had a whole pile of them, but for me, I always try to make sure we have a 3-ring binder that I have that I punch the hole in the side of the ones as long as it doesn't wreck a card, and then I have a hole in there so that the kids can flip through because.
Take a look and see, I
mean, I have grandparents that have passed that, I'm so happy that I have it. And like my husband lost his grandmother and grandfather very close to each other at the beginning of this year. Well, end of last October and then in January.
Beginning,
he just finished college. And so for Christmas last year, I took a card that had both their signatures on it. And I put it in the watch and just wrote, "We're proud of you," and then put their signatures.
Oh, that's nice. Having their signatures is everything. Yeah. No, that's nice. That's a great idea.
I just realized we are at 1:10.
Oh, shoot.
We went way over. Oh, my goodness. No. So I love your ideas. We can talk for a few more. We've got, a couple of people still hanging with us. So we'll just talk for a few more minutes. But where do you see yourself going in the next couple of years with card making and crafting? And
I see me just for my personal enjoyment, for friends, for family. If someone I don't know says, hey, because I have a sticker that has my name, my phone number. So if they receive a card and they don't know me, then they can contact me and go, hey, I like the cards you made. And I've had that happen. They'll call me and say, you don't know me. I received a card. I would love you to make me a card.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So, but I don't want to make it to where it's a tedious job to where I don't like it. I want to keep it fun and spontaneous. And so, yeah, that's what I want to do.
I love that though. I mean, and that's, everybody has different goals. And that's one of the reasons I had you on the show, because I want to show different perspectives. We have some people that love to get on as many design teams as possible.
Right.
We have some people that love to scrapbook. And I love that you're just like, I want to just do what I love to do.
Yeah.
I love that.
If today I feel like going in the kitchen and putting up a batch of sugar cookies and flooding them, that's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, Darlene needs 2 cards. I'll make her 2 cards, and then I'm done for a while, So, yeah,
I don't be careful because you also asked for a couple other things. So,
Yeah, I'll be making those too.
Although, you know me, I give you all the time. I'm like, whenever you got time, I don't.
Very good. There's some days you give it to me and I have it back to you in an hour, and you're like, darn, that was quick.
Well, right now I've kind of been doing just a lot of open guest design work and stuff while we're kind of getting things back situated for my company. And,
right.
It floors me when I'll send you stuff and within that hour, and I'm like, wow, okay, all right, I guess I better go list it on my website because it wasn't even ready to be listed. Like,
I was so thrilled when I saw the one where she's in the green with the dragon. I was showing everyone, look, I'm on her website. It was so. See, that just thrills me.
I used that card as the demo, like across the top of the banner, for almost the entire time that we had the full partnership with Jasmine.
Right.
Just because it was like, to me, it was the right colors, it was the right scheme, it matched our colors that we were doing. Oh, and for anybody that doesn't know, we've already talked about your favorite football team. I just wanted to say this really quick. Not so subtle. I'm never subtle. But I made colors that would at least be.
We've got the blue and the green. Go Hawks.
Pleasing to.
Go Hawks.
Tracy's color scheme. Yeah, no. I love that, Tracy. I think that, I love the fact, like I said, that you're doing Tracy. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're not bound by a, because
I'm not your typical guest to where I have a company that makes stamps or I have a company that's selling tons. I'm your typical housewife, mother, grandmother who has an art room that enjoys it and just wants to pass her enjoyment on to others.
And I love that. And that, the best part is I don't think people could have ever gotten a sense of you like they have now. I know you. And the crazy part is talking to you now, it literally, I can hear your voice in every message we've sent. Tracy is very outspoken. She is very willing to tell you how she feels. And
yeah, we don't go there.
No, but
I'm very outspoken. Yes.
It's definitely one of those that it's part of what I love. You know what I mean? Is that you're Tracy. Like there's no other way to describe it.
I always tell people, I am who I am. You're not going to change me. I'm not going to change you. Mm-hmm. I love people for who they are. You can think differently. You can be different, but still like each other. Still be kind. You don't need to get nasty and be mean with each other. Just be nice. And we can all get along and we're fine. And we can all think differently.
Yep, I agree. I love it. I think that's why, you and I clicked right away as friends. And, I am very blessed and thankful, for our friendship. And I know that I made a friend for life that one time when I randomly, sent you a couple of digis and
Yeah,
means
I
the
was
most to me.
so thrilled to be invited to a baby shower. I went Green Bay though, or Wisconsin. I can't go. So yeah, I sent you something, and I made a card, and yeah. Oh, now, Grandma, this must be one of my friends. I'm not sure who Grandma is. Tracy's real, nothing fake about her. I'm not sure who's Grandma though.
Now you're
You
gonna
have to
that's your
identify
mystery.
yourself. My
That's your
mystery.
mystery for the night.
My mystery. Yes.
No, I love that. And so Tracy, thank you so much for coming here today. Like I
Oh
said,
no,
I
thank you.
appreciate it. And all of a sudden I looked up and I saw we were way over time, and I tell everybody, you blink and the time is over.
It
goes
is. It
so
goes
quick.
it goes so fast. So fast.
Well, one more time, I'm just going to share your stuff out here real quick. So we've got her Facebook. Definitely go and follow her. She posts all her cards. Do you post the same cards that you do on Instagram?
I'm more on Instagram than the Facebook. I'm real bad. I kind of forget about the Facebook. The Facebook's I've started putting some more back on, but yeah, go to Instagram more. That's where it's going to be a daily refresher, and you'll see the cookies and everything else that I do, or if I bake bread or make something Portuguese.
Or go on some amazing vacations.
Or go on my trips, yes.
I'm so, I just remember the first time I saw one of your videos about a bullfight, and I was just like, or the running of the bulls. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you're that close to it. Like, that scared me for you. And then
they run right under your feet and everything. Yeah.
Ooh. That was me, old lady, right? I was like, oh my gosh, be safe, Tracy, please. But yeah, no, I think if you are really interested in following someone who has a definitely different point of view on card making and amazing personality, obviously, tons of fun to get to know, go and subscribe to her Instagram account, because you will be
come say hi. I love to meet new people. That's one thing. My daughter says I talk too much. I'm too friendly with people.
Is that why we get along?
I think so.
People tell me the same thing.
My husband always says I can walk into a room, I'll leave knowing everybody. I will leave knowing everybody.
Hold on. Now I gotta hold on. Here's another Tracy quote.
Walk into a room and leave knowing everybody.
Careful. I tell everybody. Awesome. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, definitely go and follow her. She has got some amazing work. And if you're looking for something custom, go ahead and reach out, because it sounds like she does that. And you should put up more of your wedding invitations, because I've seen what you've done and they're really beautiful. Like, if
I've only done a couple invitations, like the full invitations, but I do more.
I remember one you did where it had like big flowers across the bottom, and I want to say, did it have a piece of the dress? Was that yours?
No, not a piece of dress. No, I only used part of the wedding invitation. I even did one for a baby shower that was a skull that had a zipper thing. So I made my first zipper flower, and I had put that one in. That was way older, but yeah, whatever's on the invitation, I like. If I can use it, I will use it. Yeah,
you should share more of those, because I think you'd probably get people.
Yeah, if they want to send me, make a photocopy of it so they have it. Send me the original. If I can use something off of it, I will use part of that original. I'll use the backgrounds on them, the paper on them, any kind of embellishment-y looking thing on it, I'll use it. I had one that was a scroll, and I pulled the scroll thing apart, and I used it on the card. You
need to post more of those on Instagram, or do some Instagram stories. Have you ever done stories? You should share some of them.
Yeah, you need to take a picture of the original wedding card and put what you made up next to it so they can see the difference. Yeah.
That would be awesome. I bet you would get more people to follow you that way too, because I know that you do a lot of that. So it'd be so fun to see kind of that transition. So
I'll try doing that. Good idea.
So apparently we need to have our weekly think tanks here or something,
Something, yeah.
Well, Tracy, I just
Lena. Hi, Lena. You're my grandma. I know now.
Oh, well, Tracy, I am just going to say thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate it. I know that we kind of went back and forth, and I was like, okay, are we ready? Are we going to do this? And you're like, all right, let's do it. So
let's do it.
I appreciate it. I am so happy to have finally been able to actually talk to you kind of almost in person, right?
Almost. We're going to get together soon. I know it. I'm coming.
No, and I thank you. And guys, please go visit her on Instagram. I'm going to go ahead and take you off the screen for just a second. I'm going to thank everybody and say our goodbyes. And then I'll talk to you in just a moment, Tracy. So if I can have you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Tracy. All right, hold on one sec. All right. Well, guys, so much fun. I love I feel so blessed to be part of this crafting community. I feel so blessed to have such amazing friends that have inspired me, that I've inspired them, that we've worked together. It truly means the world to me. And I love being able to host Behind the Card. It has truly been its own blessing in disguise that I never knew that I needed, but I guess I did, you know? And I love being able to bring this to you guys. We do have another guest for next Saturday, so watch for that video. Make sure that down below you subscribe, because then you can be notified when our next video goes up. We typically go live every Saturday around 8 p.m. Central Time. Now, the 3rd of October, we are going to do a little different. I don't want to give away everything yet, but we will be doing something a little different on October 3rd. And then we'll get back to Behind the Card starting the very next week. And I've got some really fun guests that'll take us all the way through I believe it's the 2nd week of December. And then we're going to take some time off for Christmas. So we might be doing other events on Saturday. But I just want to say thank you so much. If you're interested in being a part of Behind the Card and you want to be a guest, down below, go ahead and sign up, and I'll reach out to you and we can go ahead that way. Again, thank you so much. My name is Jessica Lynn. I'm the owner, artist, creative mind behind JessicaLynnOriginal. I love doing this, and I love getting to know all of you, not only in the chat, but also with me here live. And I will see you guys again next week. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below. Take care, everybody. Have a great one.